YouTube. What up, YouTube? Big TO Heavy Bad Boxing TV, man. If you don't get your big goofy ass in here and hit the bag, if you catch me for the very first time, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell, make sure it's black, man, so when I drop, come hang out with your boy. Big shout out to the supporters of the channel, man. You too can support the channel right here, Cash App and Venmo. Shout out to YouTube, man. We back in the good graces of YouTube. Super thanks, super chats, all of that is welcome now to support the channel. Thanks to my guys, man. D1, DJ, Mark Nash TV, Skip the Stepper, G Wavy. Y'all make it worth it for me, man. Appreciate that love. All right, Tim Tszyu. I told you guys, y'all cuss me out. A lot of my Aussies cuss me out. You made me feel bad. You know how I've been repping for Tim Tszyu on this channel. That's one of my favorite fighters for sure at 54. But y'all cuss me out, man, because I told you I felt like the powers that be and Al Heyman for the PBC pulled Tim Tszyu out of that fight.
Hey,
y'all was said that
now,
to say, hey, that cut was severe, and yes, it was. But what cut had you ever heard of where it took 5 months to heal?
Hey, bro, come on.
And that was my only
dog.
gripe, right? That was my own. I had to raise the eyebrow because it just didn't sound right, right? So if you don't know, Tim Tszyu was pulled out of this August 3rd card this past weekend, which he was scheduled to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. due to the fact that they said his cut hadn't healed properly or hadn't healed all the way or whatever. And then we heard rumors of Tim Tszyu potentially fighting in September. Bruh. But now reports are flying. It appears that the IBF has now officially ordered Backroom Murtazalev versus Tim Tszyu, right, for the super welterweight IBF world title, right? Now, they got 30 days to make this fight, or at least until September the 5th, or it goes to purse bid. Now, all I'm telling you guys is to look at what I was telling you, right? Coming off the loss of Fundora, now we are all in agreement. Tim Tszyu, if it wasn't for the freak accident, probably wins that fight. He breaks Fundora's nose in the second round, I believe, the second or third round. And it very well looks like he was probably going to do enough damage to that nose throughout that fight to either get the knockout or the stoppage, right? Then he gets the freak accident. The elbow clips him, opens up this huge wound. He decides to continue, and his team decides to continue to take that fight. The jab of Fundora is landing at will because Tim just can't see. And it was just an unfortunate situation. Now, Al Heyman, whether you want to believe it or not, given his experience in, this thing called boxing, he chose to pull him out of that Victor Ortiz fight because let's keep it real. Even though I was picking Tim Tszyu to win that fight, it was an extremely risky fight. And he probably wanted to prevent Tim Tszyu from having back-to-back losses where that could have been detrimental to his career. Let's keep it real. We in an era where sometimes when you lose one fight, people tend to throw you away. This is the way boxing is right now for some reason. Hopefully we can get it back to that golden age where loss doesn't mean anything and you can keep going and still be on top of the world in boxing. But right now, 2 back-to-back losses could have been detrimental. Let's keep it funky, right? Let's be real. So I think Al Heyman wanted to prevent that and maybe say, hey, man, take a seat. An opportunity will come. Right, so we heard about the Lubin fight. That didn't seem like it was going to work out. But here you are now having an opportunity to jump right back in the mix. Now, if this fight goes all the way to the purse bid, and by the time it actually gets set, this fight could very well happen in December or the first quarter of next year. So again, potentially I was right again. Tim Tszyu just might not get back in the ring in 2024. But it's okay though, right? Because listen, he's got an opportunity to snag another belt at 54 and again be right back in the mix where all roads would have to lead through Tim Tszyu and the IBF. Because listen, Tim Tszyu is going to murder this Murtazalev kid. I'm sorry. He hasn't been on my radar. Don't know much about him. I promise you, between this week or this weekend, I'm gonna go back and watch some of these Murder Tyler fights and see what I like and don't like. But I think Tim Tszyu probably destroys this dude, probably knocks this dude out, and to be the IBF champion and right back in the fold of things, right back in the middle of right back in the mix. All right, so that's great news for Tim Tszyu, just for kind of sitting around and being patient. You went from losing the title to Fundora, and again in a freak accident manner, to waiting around and getting another title shot, your very next fight, even though you had to pull out of the Ortiz fight. And trust me, Ortiz is going to be there. I believe Bud's going to be there. Everybody that Tim Tszyu has an eye on and 54 is going to be there. He just had to wait out the rest of 2024. All right, definitely want to know y'all's thoughts. Let me know in the comment section, man. That's all I got. Big T.O. Heavy back. I'm out of here. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.